Hello friends, welcome back to my last hands-on video session. In this video, I am going to show you how to set up Kubernetes and deploy on a Kubernetes using Jenkins and Ansible in a single video. It would be useful for you to refer once again once you completed your course. To do this, I will go through with all our GitHub resources which we used in our training so that we can set it up quickly. If you wish to watch entire series of these videos, you can enroll for this course in Udemy. I have given this link in the description of this video. As you have seen, I have explained how to set up Kubernetes and deploy on Kubernetes in our previous videos. In this lecture, I will just quickly run through with all the steps. I may not explain each and everything clearly. With that, let's jump into our GitHub repository. So I'm on my GitHub repository, Simple DevOps project. Here we have a Kubernetes folder. Under that we have Kubernetes setup.md, which is having steps to set up Kubernetes. In this case, first we should set up an Ubuntu EC2 instance. I have already logged into my AWS management console. Let's go to EC2. Running instances, we don't have anything. So I have stopped all our DevOps environment. Let's launch an instance. It is Ubuntu. T2 micro would be sufficient. Nothing to change here. 8 GB would be fine. Tag name kids management server, because we are managing our Kubernetes using this. Select existing security group and launch. Keeper DevOps project keeper I'm using. We'll wait until it comes up. I'm refreshing my console. Yes, it's running. Let's take the IP address. Open mobile exam session SSH IP address followed by our private key, and it is Ubuntu system, so user is Ubuntu. And let me increase the font size. Now let's become a root. Clear the screen. So next step, install AWS CLI. For that, first let's download AWS CLI bundle. Now we should unzip. I think unzip is not there in Ubuntu system. So apt get or apt install unzip and Python. Even Python also we need. Yes, I want to install it. Next, unzip our AWS CLI bundle. Next, install it. So we have set up AWS CLI. AWS -- version. Yes, it's installed. Next, we should install kubectl. To install kubectl, first download it. Then next command would be add execution permission to this. You can just see that file. Yes, this is the file. There is no execution permission. So let's add it. Next thing, we should move it into /us or local bin. That's it. Now kubectl. Yes, kubectl version 1.15 we have installed. This is the latest version, right? Next, we should install kops. Kops is a tool which is useful to set up Kubernetes cluster on AWS. Without this, we cannot able to talk with our AWS management console. So we must need it. So once it is downloaded, even we should add execution permission to this. Okay, add execution permission. Okay, This is the one. Now move it into USR local bin. It's done. We should create IAM user or role with Route 53 EC2 IAM and S3 full access. Let's go to AWS console, services, IAM, roles, because our Ubuntu system also sitting in AWS, so roles would be sufficient, and we are attaching this role to EC2. Next, add permission. We need to add EC2 full access. Next, S3 full access. Next, Route 53 full access. Then IAM full access. Name K8's role. K8's role. K8's role. And you can see here EC2 S3 Route 53 IAM full access we have granted. Create a role. Once role is created, we should attach this role to our EC2 instance. Let's go back to again on EC2 instance console, and here we have K8's management system, actions, instance settings, attach or replace IAM role, K8's role, apply it. That's it. We have done. Now we need to tell to this Kubernetes management system to create servers only on Mumbai region. For that, we should run AWS configure. We don't have access key ID and secret access key because it is a role, and default region AP South 1. This is Mumbai region name, and output let it be default. That's it. Now I will just execute AWS S3 LS. Just make sure that our role is working. Yes, we can access S3, and this is the bucket which is already exist. Let it be. We are going to store our configuration in this bucket. I will go and make it empty. So again, services, S3 in new tab. Go to S3. I will just make it empty. So that we don't have any data in this bucket. Confirm. All right. Next, attach an IAM role. Yes, it's done. And run configuration. Now create a Route 53 private hosted zone. Yes, let's do that. Now again go to services, and it comes under networking, Route 53. So this is Route 53. DNS management. So get started now. Create hosted zone. Valaxy.net I am giving, and it is a private hosted zone. If it is publicly accessible, then we can use the public hosted zone. Now let's go to Mumbai region. This is the region we are using, and create it. So we have created hosted zones for Valaxy.net. Now let's go back again. Now we should create an S3 bucket. This is the command to create from your Kubernetes management console, but anyway we have already this bucket. Now we export this bucket so that cops can able to store the configurations in this bucket. So we have exported. Now generate a key pair. This key pair is useful to log into our Kubernetes cluster. Without creating this, we cannot able to create cluster. Now this is the command to create a cluster. That is create cluster in AWS cloud availability zone AP South 1B. Next, Kubernetes cluster name, DNS zone name, and DNS. DNS is a private. So it creates only definitions and stores in our S3 bucket. I will just show you. Go to inside to bucket, again inside. So these are the configurations which just got created August 24th, 6:40. Okay. Now it has been created, and if you want to modify your cluster, there is a edit commands, and to set up our cluster we should execute this command. But before doing that one, I will just make sure that we are going to launch smaller instances, otherwise it is going to launch bigger instances. So master instance, I am going to launch it as a T2 small. So to change your master node capacity, we need to edit this configuration file. And here you can see C4 large. We really don't need C4 large, so I'm going with T2. All right, and few other configurations, if you wish to change, you can change it here. To set up our cluster, actually we should execute this command, and it takes 5 to 10 minutes. Once it is successful, we can validate our cluster, and it also displays the commands which is required to execute after setting up your cluster. Just let's see that. So see here, to validate cluster, this is the command. To list nodes, kubectl get nodes show labels. To SSH, this is the command with admin user we should log in, and this is the URL which is going to create in our DNS. We'll wait 5 to 10 minutes to validate our cluster, then we'll jump into our master node. I will just show you. This is route 53. Under route 53 record sets, we can see additionally 4 record sets has been created. Under EC2, we will get 3 more nodes. Master is T2 micro and nodes are T2 medium because we haven't changed nodes. Let's wait until our cluster comes up. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just pausing this video. So let's validate our cluster. Still it is creating. Let's wait. Let me rerun the command again. Yes, our cluster is ready. Now to log into our cluster, we have a command that is SSH and key followed by admin user onto our cluster. Yes, I want to log in. Okay, I have logged into my Kubernetes master node. Become a root. Clear the screen. If I run kubectl version, here you can see it is running with version 1.12. We want to upgrade this one to the latest kubectl version. For that, again we can follow the same documentation what we used to install on Ubuntu system. This is the one to install kubectl. It is going to download. Then we should change the permission and move it into USR local bin. Now if I execute same command this time, we could see the latest version, right? Now we should copy the deployment and service files which are available in our GitHub repository. Here is our GitHub. Let's go back onto Kubernetes. Here we have Valaxy deploy and Valaxy service. Let's open this. Copy this file name. Cat greater than. Copy this content. And if you see here, it is going to create a deployment, that is Valaxy deployment with 2 replicas and rolling update, and it pulls the image, and it is always pulls the latest image. Internally it runs on port number 8080. Similar way, we should copy service file. This is our service file, and copy this. And other thing, if you see here, we are creating Valaxy service, and also app name we are giving as a Valaxy DevOps project, and it is a load balancer type. Internally runs on port number 8080, expose on port number 8080, externally accessible from 31200. Next, we need to create Ansible playbooks. For that, I'm going to bring up our Ansible server, currently in stopped state. Let me start it, refresh it. Okay, it is running. Take the IP address, session, SSH, IP address of Ansible server, key pair, and it is Amazon Linux, so EC2 minus user, and change the display settings, terminal settings. Background, I'm going to use the solarized dark. Okay, we have logged in. Let me increase the font size and become a ANS admin. That's it. Clear the screen. Now we want to enable passwordless authentication between Ansible to our Kubernetes master node. For that, we should copy our key pair onto .sh authorized location of this server. For that, let me go to .sh. Here we have id underscore rsa.pub. This is a public key. Let's add this public key into authorized hosts in the Kubernetes master. So under root ssh, let me cat authorized keys. Now double greater than authorized keys. I'm just appending my key over here. That's it. Clear the screen. Now let me test the passwordless authentication between these two. ssh minus I id underscore rsa, IP address of this system. Let me take the public IP because both are in different VPCs. We cannot connect with private IP addresses. And we should log in as a root user, right? Root at IP address. Yes, I want to connect. And you can see here you have logged into 61.231, which is the cluster IP, right? So passwordless authentication is enabled. Now we should create Ansible playbooks. For that, let's go to opt ls. Let's create a separate directory, mkdir kits lab. So this is the, sorry, we should do with the sudo. We have created the kits lab, and we should give the permission to this one to ANS admin, ch sudo ch own ANS admin followed by ANS admin and k8 labs, and let me do it with recursive. All right, now we have set up whatever is required. Let's go inside to k8's lab, and we should create playbooks to create image and execute our deployment and services. For that, it is already updated in our GitHub repository. Go back to Kubernetes again. Oops, something is missing. Let's go back. I think we haven't copied it properly into the file. So let's go back. cd.ls cat Valaxy service. Okay, it is not copied properly. So cat greater than Valaxy services. Again, I'm doing it. This time fully copied it. Let me check the deployment also. Okay, it's copied properly. That's it. Now, yep, go back, Kubernetes. To create a image, This is the Ansible playbook we should copy. Let's copy this one. And also we have to create a hosts file. We'll create after creating this playbook. Take it and on Ansible server. Okay. Let me take the file name because we are going to use the same file name in our Jenkins job. Then followed by our playbook. Alright, so Ansible server, it is going to look for this server. For that, we can create a inventory file over here, vi hosts and Ansible server. Here we are going to give local host and also Kubernetes. Now we are going to give the Kubernetes IP address over here that is available here. That's it. Now this is the file we have created, image. Now image we are going to create under K8's lab. So this is the location we are creating image. It pushes image onto Yankel Docker Hub, so nothing to change, let it be. Now we need to copy two more files. Those are executing deployment file. This is the playbook to initiate our deployment. And copy this. Next, service. It initiates our service. Cat greater than and service. Even you can use vi, that's not a problem, but we have already created these files, nothing to write it, so immediately I'm copying by using cat greater than. That's all. Whatever is required we have copied. Hosts file is set up and all are owned by ANS admin. Make sure that permissions are given to ANS admin. And Docker file we need to copy. It is also available over here. So Docker file, vi Docker file, insert mode, and copy this. That's it. We have set up all the stuff whatever is required. ls-l. Okay, everything is fine now. Now let's go to our Jenkins server and create a job. Our Jenkins server is down right now. Let me bring it up. Okay, our Jenkins server is up right now. Take the public IP 8080 admin and password. So new job, Kubernetes CI job, Maven. Okay, and let me get the repository URL. Hello world. Copy it. So we are creating Docker image. We just create a Docker image with this job. Select Git URL, and credentials are not needed because it is a public one. Poll SEM. So every minute it is going to run. Clean install package to build. Now post build actions. Send build artifacts over SSH. It should be from Ansible server, and it is available under web app /target/star.var, and remove the prefix web app /target. We are going to remove remote directory /opt K8's lab. This is the one, right? But we should give double slashes Let me increase the font size. So double slashes creates lab. Next, to create image, we should run Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook -i opt/creates lab /hosts followed by our playbook name /opt creates lab / our playbook name is create simple DevOps image. That's it. It is going to create an image under this location. Apply, save. Now we should create a CD job. Go back, new item, Kubernetes CD job. It is freestyle. It is not Maven job. Creating Kubernetes deployment, because we are deploying. Nothing to build over here. We just need to do the post build actions, and it should happen on Ansible server. Nothing to copy over here. We just need to execute commands. Ansible playbook -i /opt/creates lab /hosts /opt/creates lab / our playbook name. So let's get the deployment file. This is our deployment file. Ends with semicolon. Then one more job. Same command. Let's copy it. And this time it is not a deployment, it is service file. Let me take the service file. This is the service file. Alright, we have set up all the stuff which is required to execute this command, and we need to add this CD job in our CA job. Go here. Okay, this is initially ran. Why? Because we have enabled poll SEM. Configure. Now under post build actions, build other projects. So scroll up. Here we should choose our Kubernetes CD job. Apply, and we want to run it if the CA job is stable. Save. That's it. We have set up everything. Now before executing these jobs, let's go back to our cluster and clear the screen. kubectl get pods. We don't have any pods. Deployment. We don't have any deployments. We don't have any services except the default one. Right? Now let's execute the job and see. Before executing, hub.docker.com, Vayankils. Even we can change, or we can create new repository if we wish. Anyway, no need. So this is the one. So it's updated 3 minutes ago because our job ran 118 commits. That's okay. Now let's execute our job. Let me initiate our job manually. Next time we are going to change our code. So it is initiated. Let's open it. So it is creating image and pushing our image. It's success, and it initiated CD job. It is about to execute. Yes, it's initiated. Let's open this one as well. Okay, this job also success. Now we'll see the pods. Yes, we have pods. It's created 3 pods. Interesting. Okay, yep, it is terminating one because only we need 2. And also services, if I see, Okay, one service has been created and exposed on 31200. Let's access it. I'm going to take Kubernetes master public DNS and 31200. Okay, we should open this port in the security group level. We missed it. Now let's go open it. Because by default this port doesn't comes with your security group. Inbound, edit. So these all are the ports which are necessary to run your Kubernetes cluster. Here 31200 we are enabling. Let's access it from public. Save it. Yes, this time Tomcat application is accessible. Web app. Okay, everything is fine. Now to validate this one more time, I'm going to change my code. For that, let's log into our Jenkins server. Take the public IP. So go to session SSH, public IP address, EC2 user. Okay. Become root, clear the screen, ls. Here we have hello world. Go to web app, src main web app. Here we have index.jsp. I will remove this, add, glad to see you here, because it is our last session. So git add dot and git commit -m, my final in this repo, git push origin master. That's it. Once it is pushed, our Jenkins job has to take care of everything. I mean to say my CI/CD job should take care of everything. Let's see. Yes, you can see here Kubernetes CI job is executing. Let's open it. Job number 3 is executing. I don't touch anything. I want to see my latest application over here. Okay. So it is going to push the images. Okay, it is success. Next kubectl cd job. It is about to execute. Yes. All right. Superb. Yes. Glad to see you here. All right. That is how we can able to achieve our continuous integration and continuous deployment using Git, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Hope you enjoyed my session. If you face any issues, please write to us. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Thank you and happy learning.